Here's Francisco Lindor trying to give him some words of wisdom. Baty said first veteran to talk to him was Brandon Hill, who said, slow it down. Slow it down. Getting a breath, getting a little saliva in your mouth. My little Todd's family is Dad Clint, his mother Leslie, his sisters on hand too. 22 folks in all making the trip from Austin, Texas to be here for Brett's debut. And look at Mom's face.
Look at Dad's face. There's a lot of tension.
They can see the both sides of the coin. The celebration and the nervousness all represented there. All Brett has to do is go out and play. He played third base in that game. Eduardo Escobar, one of the injured list today with an oblique injury. Yorme, as you know, already on the injured list. So
the injuries are mounting. This is every fucking year. The injuries mount, the losses mount, and the collapse happens.
2 innings from their starters the last 2 games. Now 8-6 against the Braves this year. This bizarre season series in which all but 2 games have been fairly lopsided. After been outscored 18-1 the first 2 games of this series.
Mets are forever cursed. Forever cursed.
And that struggled offensively too in that Philly series.
Yeah, so less than 4 of the last 5 games now for the Mets. As the guy was starting lineup for tonight, Baty hitting 8th, and 410 on base percentage and 533 slugging percentage in the minors this year. He is here for his bat to try and hold down the spot. That has opened up with the injuries to Yorme and Escobar. The Mets for the second time in a couple of weeks will go up against Jake Odorizzi.
Oh, they beat Odorizzi in that series back in New York. He only lasted 4 2/3, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned, and it was his first start as a Brave, so he had to be a little nervous. He had a second start in Miami, only went 4 innings. So he's looking for his first win as the Braves. He is winless against the Mets in his career. And here's the defense for the Braves, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. And Contreras behind the plate. The same group there, Von Grissom, they called up. Matt Olson bring the gold. Swanson is a fine fielder of the middle defense. Harris has been outstanding. Acuna, the great arm.
Congratulations to Michael Harris II, 21 years old, and today he signed an 8-year, $72 million contract. 3 months ago he was a Double-A, and now he's a rich young man who will be with his hometown team for the next 8 years.
And that is what the Braves have been doing of late, signing their young talent. They're smart. That is a bargain right there. And you know what? As a young player, you're going to get that kind of coin. You're set for life unless you go crazy and go buy a yacht, go buy a palace.
The Braves have been very smart about signing some of their players to team-friendly deals. Austin Riley got the biggest contract in Braves history, 10 years, $212 million, and you see all the young stars they have nailed down. Dansby Swanson, really the only one who is a pending free agent. Brandon Nimmo leads off. Jake Odorizzi's first pitch is a fastball.
Nimmo's not been good lately at all.
This series and has now reached base safely in 24 consecutive road games. That's been held to 1 run and 10 hits over the first 2 games of this series. Odorizzi runs 1 inside, ball strike.
Cherry Pepsi's a 9.7. There it is. Feebly, an easy peasy, lemon squeezy inning.
Outings as a Brave, 6 2/3, 12 strikeouts. Marte at 287 for the year, and Odorizzi pops one up and away for ball 1. Showalter's had a lot to deal with over the last 72 hours. A whole spate of injuries happening short period of time. That's why Brett Baty is here. That's why Devin Marrero is here, and Michael Perez has made some bullpen moves today as well. 2-0 Marte. DFA RJ Alvarez, who pitched last night, called up lefty Sam Clay. He's here and available. But the biggest thing is the starting pitching, and let's hope to turn that around with Scherzer tonight and DeGrom tomorrow. Marte drives one out to center field. Harris back to the warning track, and he's out of here. Splashdown for Starling Marte.
Good. That was a good pitch.
13th home run of the year, dead central. Second batter of the game, and the Mets get a big blow for Marte, and it's 1-0 New York.
Well, a very good start for the Mets. When they get out on top, they usually wind up on top at the end of the game. Long way to go. Likes the ball down middle, inner half. No overswing. You kids out there, just a nice, easy swing. And he doesn't stride anyway. He just kind of gets a little motion back and forward. He's upper body hitter.
Got it into the lower pool, not the upper pool where Alonso's hit a couple. It all count as long as they go over that 400-foot sign.
Ooh, that. Come on, get out of here! Get out of there!
Number 21 for Lindor. And the Mets attack early. After being held in check the first two games of this series, the Mets get back-to-back home runs from Marte and Lindor to get the early edge.
Well, I said that Odorizzi didn't give up long balls. Well, make that 6 so far this season, make it 8. And you know something, Gary? When you have an ace out there and Scherzer, it jacks up the offense.
So home runs on consecutive pitches for Marte and Lindor, and now Alonso ignores the first one and cut him up and away for ball 1.
Well, lightning start.
So the 2 home runs on the board, and now the Mets have their leading home run hitter at the plate, although Pete has now got 44 at-bats since his last home run.
He'll go into another streak.
He loops one into left center field, and Rosario reaching out, and it's Grossman reaching out to make the catch. Grossman makes a lunging grab for the second out.
Nice play here, but a little bit too much hang time from Pete.
Alonso's just been trash lately. Pure trash.
So 2 out, and now Daniel Vogelbach is hitting back-to-back home runs for the 4th time this season. The last time it was Alonso and Vogelbach. Vogelbach's been held in check so far in this series, 0 for 6. So Jake Odorizzi, who's failed to go 5 innings in each of his first 2 starts for the Braves, off to a rough beginning of this one. He went 4 2/3 against the Mets, and then went just 4 innings against Miami. His last start on Friday gave up 8 hits in those 4 innings, and was pulled after 87 pitches. And now suffering a rough beginning tonight. And Vogelbach takes a fastball upstairs, and it's 2-0. He's playing his 21st game for the Mets, hitting .276 as a Met with 3 home runs. Pulled off just a bit after a hot start. And the cutter misses inside, it's 3-0. Joe McNeil would be next. Jake Odorizzi delivers, and that's outside ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Vogelbach to prolong the inning. So the 2 home runs and now a walk, and they'll get McNeil to play with the man on.
Odorizzi's first start here at Truist Park from the home folks, not what he would have liked.
McNeil's had an interesting series so far. A 4 for 4 night on Monday, and then an 0 for 3 strikeout game last night.
Well, in defense of Jeff's last night, the best curveball that Morton threw last night, and Morton threw a lot of good ones, was that second at bat when he struck him out. That down and in curveball was the best one he threw, and then he got kind of overpowered by the left-hander. His last at bat, good pitch up and in.
Dylan Lee, who came in with 2 men on, with McNeil as the tying run to strike him out, and the only threat threat of the night for the Mets.
Sometimes those pitchers, they make their pitches that are tough to hit.
Jeff's third in the National League in batting, hitting at .312. Also in the top 10 in doubles and on base percentage. And he pops one up in foul ground. Riley, with very little room to operate, goes out of play. 0-2 to McNeil. They've got Olsen playing behind Vogelbach at first base.
Wisely. Pretty much a no-brainer, don't you think, Gary?
I don't know if he gets a good running start. You never know what might happen.
Don't want to get too far.
It's 0-2. It's the time to try it. McNeil taps one right back to the mound, and on Rizzi makes the pitch. Starting Marte and Francisco Lindor get the Mets off to a hot start. Brett Baty will take the field for the first time in the big leagues, and Max Scherzer will go to the mound with a 2-0 lead.
I was having a bad day. I decided, go get yourself some Chick-fil-A. Get my order. Your face walking out the restaurant.
I noticed that she had left without the milkshake. I tried to run after her, and everybody was looking at me like, this crazy lady. Lois,
and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She ran after me for 2 blocks. As a New Yorker, it's refreshing when people go out of their way for you. Little things like that make a big difference.
I
Okay, we didn't just fly to space. Ain't that rich. But we did just hit an in-game win with PointsBet's lightning quick live betting. So we get more bets in as the game happens. And that's how you do more than just bet. That's how you live your bet life.
Incorrect password. Is it?
Exclamation mark, question mark, 3.
This is ridiculous, man. Come on!
Yes.
Well, Brett Baty said he was going to take it all in when he first stepped out of the field. Mom was taking it in, making sure it's preserved for posterity. Make sure you hit that red button.
Oh, I see the seconds on top. Never mind.
He's got his defensive guy. He's ready to go. Monday starting lineup for the Braves. William Contreras will catch with Travis d'Arnaud getting the day off. Robbie Grossman will play left. Eddie Rosario working with a hamstring back in the lineup for DHing. Max Scherzer facing Ronald Acuna, who walked 4 times last night for the first time in his career. He's swinging on the first pitch this night, and he flies one foul down the right field side, 0-1. So Acuna, I think, was done with all that walking.
The Toyota numbers for Max, you can see right there, most importantly, he's 2-0 in 2 starts against these Braves. 14 innings pitched, 1 run,
And 20 strikeouts.
He needs a 3rd win.
Well, Max has been great this year, and even better since he came back from the oblique injury. Missed 7 weeks, came back July the 5th. And 8 starts since. His ERA is 1.36. Acuna fouls one off the right side. It's 1-2. His last start against the Phillies, Max was not his dominant self. He had a lot of base runners, gave up 9 hits in 7 innings, but was able to strand them. Gave up just the 1 run, wound up with no decision. Again, the Mets lost in an extra inning.
He gave up the run early, 1 first inning, correct?
Slaughter off the plate to Acuna, 2-2. Swanson and Riley to follow. Acuna has really hurt the Mets this year, hitting .378 against Met pitching in 45 at-bats.
Damn it!
Tries not to chase the slider.
This is just how yesterday started.
Will Little is calling the balls and strikes tonight. Acuna has really become a much more patient hitter since he broke in. were willing to take his walks.
There we go.
Assured Lindor has to charge it and throw on a run. And he throws out Acuna by a stride for the first down.
We'll take a look at your looks. This new look, met infield, Alonso, McNeil, and Lindor, very familiar faces. But there he is over at third base. Major League debut, Baty, just called up. Of course, we know that. Canna out in left field, Nimmo and Marte.
The scouting report on Baty defensively is pretty so-so. Not considered an elite defender by any means, but he's improved over the last couple of years. Dansby Swanson flies one out to right center, and Nimmo drifts over. 2 out.
You know, Gary,
That's good.
When Jake DeGrom came up and they said, he'll never start. He's a reliever. I always like to make my own assessment.
Orange Crush, I'd give Orange Crush an 8.7.
Outstanding fielder. I just like the fact that the Mets have a third baseman named Brett. That can't be a bad thing.
Okay.
Now, did his parents know that he was going to be a third baseman and name him Brent? And you know, when George came up with the Royals, he was not a good fielder, and he became an elite fielder. Same thing with Mike Schmidt. Not a great fielder when he came up, but became a great fielder.
Ah!
He is drilled by Scherzer. 93-mile-an-hour fastball down in the arm. And Riley's with 2 out.
That is 9 hit batsmen by Max this year.
And the 11th time Riley's been hit, he's up among the league leaders.
Got him in the tricep. It's a big ouch.
That's why you do all those pull downs.
And
Third
I
backs.
like the way you took this. It hurts, but it'll show it.
Now Matt Olson, who had an enormous home run last night. And he gets
Oh boy, Scherzer doesn't have it again.
Not close. Not even close. Overreaction. Calm down.
this is up at away 2-0. Olson hit one 443 feet last night against Argentina.
That was right in his wheelhouse. That was his 25th home run of the season.
Wheelhouse over the chop house. 79 RBIs now for Olson, who leads the National League.
Oh my God, he's lost the plate! This team's cursed. It really is cursed.
Likewise, picking it instead of blocking it. Riley at first with 2 down, a 3-0 count to Olson, who you know has the green light. Yeah, he swings and pops it up foul, and I'll come back at the play.
When the Mets ever going to do this? When the Mets ever going to win? They're going to lose everyone at the end of the season. It just never ends. The nightmare never fucking ends.
That's what they do. That's why they strike out too. They're an aggressive offensive club with a lot of power. Lead the National League in home runs and lead it in strikeouts.
Short lane for Riley at first. 3-1 to Olson. And it's a called strike. A lower high fastball, but Will Little deep the strike. It's 3-2.
Thought it was at the top of the strike zone. A little box on the screen. What's it called here? I forget it.
Pitch cast. Thank you. Thank you, pitcher on fire. Appreciate Linus Barker. First time Titchener at second, Mike Estabrook at third.
Interesting. Choking up on the bat. See, a lot of hitters today choking up.
Lots of play behind Riley. Will be running 3-2 now.
Max didn't like what was called. Going to reshuffle the deck here.
Max has gotten it from 3-0 to 3-2 to Olson. Riley takes off. Olson swings and misses. And a good cutter in on him. And now retired the side. Scherzer with a strikeout to get to the first 2-0 fence.
Nuggets.
We always hanging out there.
Killer taste, killer nutrition. Dave's killer bread, bread amplified. Pizza Hut's got 2 mediums for just $6.99 each. That's less than $1 a slice.
Got 2 more slices. So much pizza.
My pizza.
What?
Carry out 2 medium one-time pizzas for just $6.99 each. No one out Pizza Hut.
Lately, finding the new vehicle of your dreams may feel more like a nightmare. Now with New Jersey's #1 volume Cadillac dealer, Pregame Cadillac. Over the last year, we have gone to great lengths to get our customers new vehicles quickly, while still providing the level of service we have built our name on. The team at Pregame has you covered, so new vehicles arrive daily. Pregame Cadillac, serving the community for over 95 years on Route 46.
I think a stadium tour would be very nice.
Addiction stole time for me, but I'm taking back my future. With help from 844 Reach NJ, I found a solution. Medication that supports recovery works.
Everyone's recovery journey is different, and none of them are easy. It's about finding the path that works for you. For me, I'm not talking to a doctor about medication. Understanding how medication can support my recovery made all the difference. The journey's just begun, and every day is a gift.
Learn more about medication that can support your recovery.
Say, we are so sorry. I hope you'll have us over again. Yeah, he's in trouble. Oh, if I weren't earning 2% cash back right now, you'd be in so much trouble. Are you serious? Again, my apologies. Got myself up there too.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Visa Card. That's real life value.
Second inning, 2-0 New York on the strength of home runs by Starling Marte and Francisco Lindor. Marcano will lead off against Janko DeRuzzi in the second. Brett Baty on deck, getting ready for his first big league plate appearance. Cano 1 for 5 in this series, and he takes a cutter on the outside for a strike, 0-1. Went out to right. Acuna back in the game.
Yes, there's a good hit.
And Cannon racing for second. He's in standing with a leadoff double. Acuna has misjudged a few balls in this series in terms of the velocity that they're hit at and the angle he should take, and that seemed to be another one. He did not play well.
Third one is right here. He did break the right way, but got the late right. So you see.
All right, let's see what Baty could do.
That polished.
I watched him in Binghamton. He didn't do well in Binghamton, but then again, the team was down 16-0, so hard to judge him on that day.
Brett is 22 years old. He was a first-round pick from 2019, 12th overall in that draft. Coming out of high school in Austin, Texas. Against first pitch curveball that bounces in for ball 1. Baty was tearing it up in Double-A. He was promoted to Triple-A just last week. Played 6 games for Syracuse before he got the call.
And he continued hitting in Syracuse in those 6 games.
Overall, 315, 19 home runs, 60 runs batted in. OPS over 900. Just having a phenomenal year. Gets a breaking ball, hits it out to right. Acuna goes back to the right track.
Holy cow, home run his first at bat!
It's a 2-1 homer against first major league at bat. Second pitch he sees, and Baty hits it out of the yard. A moment to remember for Brett Baty and his family. A 2-1 homer, and it's 4-0 New York. Oh, wow. Silent treatment for the rookie.
Oh my goodness. That's a dream come true. Okay, Mom.
I mean, what's going to top that? Second pitch he sees in the major leagues, and he hits it out of the yard. It's a very short list of Mets who have hit a home run in their first major league at bat. First ever to do it was Benny Ayala, Mike Fitzgerald, Kaz Matsui, Mike Jacobs, and now Brett Baty joins that very short list.
Wow, I mean to tell you.
Now McCann flies one out to center, and Harris should have plenty of room for this one. And that's the first out of the inning.
I thought it was a high changeup.
Curveball.
Curve. Stay back. Good for him. Nice swing. Good balance. There is nothing wrong with that swing.
No. They had told Baty coming into this season that he was hitting too many balls on the ground. This year he's got the ball up in the air, and results.
There you go, Dan.
Come on. It just doesn't get any better than that.
It's storybook.
Meanwhile, it's huge for the Mets, who now hit 3 home runs, first time through the batting order against Jake Odorizzi, who had given up only 6 home runs all year. Nimmo tops one off the line, and who's going to play it? Olsen puts the tag on Nimmo, and that's the second out.
Very good segue there, Garrett. It's very important for this Met ball club.
Baty was called up to be a hitter. He was incidentally the third baseman they needed with Escobar and Fiore on the sidelines. But his calling card is his bat, and he showed it off in his very first Major League plate appearance.
I mean, I don't care who you are. The tension in that first at bat is there. And for him to take that kind of nice and loose and natural swing on a breaking ball.
Well, I thought what was interesting is that Odorizzi, who had not been throwing his curveball before that, started him off with a curveball in the dirt, right, which Baty laid off, and then he got that curveball up and Baty hit it out of the ballpark. Odorizzi swings through breaking ball, and it's 1-1. So the Mets, who did not have an extra base hit last night and did not have a home run in this series, have hit 3 for the first 8 batters. Marte lines one in the left center, and he's got a base hit. So Starling is 2 for 2. And the Mets are just tagging Odorizzi.
Odorizzi's up with his pitches.
Well, that's his MO. You know, he's been a fly ball pitcher throughout his career. He has one of the lowest ground ball rates of any pitcher in the major leagues.
He's 32 years of age. He's 72-67 lifetime. This is his 230th career start. And he hasn't got much on his fastball here, and he can't get away with it upstairs.
Here's Lindor, who jumped on the first pitch he saw and drove it out of the ballpark his first time up. And he hits this one foul on the first pitch fastball. Well, Odorizzi's had some good times in his career. His best season was 2019 with the Twins. He went 15-7, 3.51. He was an all-star that year. Pitched against the Braves in the World Series last year at a 2 1/3 inning scoreless relief stint for the Astros in Game 1 of the World Series. Braves obviously liked what they saw, and when the opportunity came to get him at the deadline, they traded left-handed reliever Will Smith to pick him up. And so far, the returns have not been promising for Odorizzi. This is now his 3rd start for Atlanta. He throws that cutter in on Lindor, and he went around 1-2. Smoky in the ball.
It is.
Haze or smoke out there somewhere.
I think it's the barbecue pit.
You know, when they have the barbecue, they're supposed to make sure that the prevailing wind doesn't blow the smoke onto the field.
It's certainly out in left field, that's for sure.
I thought maybe I was, having some vision issues.
I was going to check your coffee.
Change up, blown away, 3-2 to Lindor. And the parents are checking out the video.
Well, I just made the edit to
Beside themselves.
Wiki, putting Brett Baty as the on the list of first players to hit a home run.
Inside, let me tell you. The door pops one up on the left side, and Riley waits for it to come down. And that retires the side, but not before Brett Baty has a magical moment. 2-1 homer in his first major league at bat. It's the fifth net to homer in his first big league at bat. Baty at the Batys.
I'll gladly give Morel back to the Long Island Ducks. I need to get someone to help me update Sports Encyclopedia. I can't do it on my own anymore. I'm living life for the first time in my life. I need to live life. I'm actually talking to someone maybe to buy it. I don't know.
Think Pregame can be capable? Think again. The first ever GMC Terrain AT4. Pregame and kickoff. That's professional brand from GMC. Step up to GMC with 0% financing on GMC Terrain models. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $250 purchase allowance. Some things in life are worth waiting. A new heart should be one of them. And with the approaching transplants, you can find better hearts to patients at other hospitals. Making us the #1 heart transplant city with exchange rate times in the Northeast. With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient, full-line auto dealer. Bring you to a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
Max Scherzer drops first pitch curveball in for a strike to Eddie Rosario as we start the bottom of the second. Mets with a 4-0 lead on the strength of 3 home runs. Rosario DHing tonight after tweaking his hamstring on Monday. Takes a fastball outside 1-1. Rosario homer to the opening game of the series. Still trying to break his season after eye surgery early this year. Another curveball from Scherzer. That one fouled and played 1-2. William Contreras on deck, then Michael Harris against Scherzer. Looked sharp in the first inning, hit a batter, but was able to get through the inning unscathed. Similarly looked less than in charge early in his last start against the Phillies, but muddled through. And he misses with the changeup away. It's 2-2. That's making his 17th start of the year. Doesn't have enough innings to qualify for the league leaders, but his 1.93 ERA stands out.
Oh, beautiful.
To get Rosario for his second strikeout. Had a little zip on that fastball. Let's check in with Steve Yelps. The report tonight is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Steve?
Gary, you see Carlos Carrasco standing right in front of me and making this report. A little bit tougher to do. But we saw Max Scherzer start off that Rosario at bat with the first pitch curveball. We talked a lot about this. Is one of Scherzer's favorite things to do. He's gotten a lot of the staff to do it as well. Why does he like that first pitch curve so much? Well, coming into tonight.
Damn it.
First pitch curveballs in his career. Of those 936 first pitch curves, he's only given up 15 hits, and 10 of them were singles, and that's his point. That A, hitters are so unprepared for that pitch that oftentimes they're not even going to offer at it, but when they do, they're not really geared up to do any damage with it. So even if you do give up a hit, it's generally not something that's too hard contact, so it's like an easy strike to take to start off the at-bat.
Well, I bet you the great
majority of them are against left-hand hitters, Steve. Where Ronnie always says, drop that get me over curveball on the outside corner. And I can attest to that. I'm up the first time and I get a curveball that from a power pitcher on the outside corner. I'm not going to swing at that pitch. And I'm willing to go 0-1. So it is a get me over, and it's a good pitch to get ahead.
That's attacked Michael Harris with a high fastball, and then comes back with a cutter inside 1-1.
Keith, the other thing that Jeremy Hefner was saying about it as well, because it's one of Hefner's favorite tools, is that he likes with first pitches to play on opposite ends of the velocity spectrum. So either go with the fastball first pitch or go with the really slow pitch or curveball. He thinks that sets up the at-bat better than the pitches that are more medium velocity.
That curveball hit on the back of the mound, led to a field steps.
Beautiful double play.
Retired. Beautifully done. 6-6-3 double play against Scherzer through the second. 4-0 lead.
Up and up. How do you keep going? You just never give up. And you say, okay, my turn. I give everything I got.
Yo, get a room. Can we get the AC fixed already?
There's an expert for that. Let your local AC experts at Freeze Air General Service Experts keep you cool and comfortable with $50 off any of their
So something about
Addiction stole time for me, but I'm taking back my future. With help from 844 Reach NJ, I found a solution. Medication that supports recovery works.
Everyone's recovery journey is different, and none of them are easy. So finding the path that works for you. For me, I've been talking to a doctor about medication. Understanding how medication can support my recovery made all the difference. The journey's just beginning. Every day, it's a chance.
Learn more about medication that can support your recovery.
stay. We are so sorry. Hope you'll have us over again. Yeah, he's in training. Oh, if I weren't earning 2% cash back right now, we'd be in so much trouble. Are you serious? Again, my apologies. Got myself up here too.
You must sign up for the Cash Music card. That's real life better.
And Michelle Margot, we'll have a full recap of Brett Baty's Major League debut. We'll see you tonight.
MLB.TV is now $64.99. Watch all out-of-market regular season games live or on demand, plus MLB Big Inning. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Don't worry, storm clouds are not supposed to drop the rain tonight. Just read the forecast for tomorrow here in Atlanta.
There's still smoke over that left field fence. There is. It's not imagining.
That's with a 4-0 lead. Pete Alonso leads off.
Okay, I want to see Alonso hit a homer. He hasn't hit a homer in a while.
Balls already in the first 2 innings. Marte, Lindor, and then Brett Baty. And Alonso lays off the cutter for ball 1.
Pete, this series has been out in front of the breaking ball, been lunging a little bit, getting out in front, that's overstriding, and kind of just letting go with one hand, not looking good. He'll right the ship.
Chase bring up all that time. That's 1-1.
So the off-speed stuff right now is making Pete look like that. Out in front, letting go with one hand, reaching for the ball. And like I said, we all go through the ups and downs, and eventually you come out and you don't want to tear.
He flies one out to left center. This one's playable for Grossman. That's the first out.
Boy, Alonso really is in the fucking tank right now.
So 1 out of the third. Daniel Vogelback coming up. Carlos Carrasco stepping in front of Steve. All he was trying to do was report. Reminded me of a guy who used to mess with Steve all the time when he did his reports, and that would be Noah Syndergaard. And there was a report today. Remember early in the season when the Mets played the Angels and Syndergaard was there to pitch against the Mets, and they pushed him back. He didn't pitch against the Mets. Well, Syndergaard was supposed to face the Mets Sunday in Philadelphia with an extra day of rest, and they pushed it back to Monday, so we'll have 2 extra days of rest. Now, I don't know what that means or why they did that, but it's curious that on 2 occasions now, Syndergaard will be not facing the Mets when he was scheduled to.
Well, I'm sure they had their reasons, Gary.
I'm sure they did too. It's just a little curious. Ball back to a walk his first time up. He takes the pitch out and strikes out 2-1. Syndergaard pitched on Monday night against the Reds, so Saturday would have been his day. He was scheduled to pitch Sunday, but now he's going to pitch next Monday. Taking inside by Vogelbach was 3-1. Vogelbach's seen 8 pitches, 7 of them out of the strike zone for Rizzi. Jeff McNeil on deck. That fastball catches the inside corner. It's 3-2. And as they have been this entire series, the Braves who shift against Vogelbach until 2 strikes, take the shift off, and move Riley back to his normal spot. Stadium in Monroe teams do that again. 3-2 coming, and he golfs one of the air behind shortstop, and Swanson retreats and reels it in 2 out. Baty still reveling in the recent hit where he carried 2-1 home run his first big league at bat, sending a frenzy through the Baty section and section 1.3. Baty trying to finish right on the team. Not too many families that celebrate a moment like that. I mean, just getting to the big leagues a week after being promoted to AAA is a big enough deal. But now he has accomplished something that very few before him have. And doing it in a big spot in a big game.
Yes.
And that's one thing that Brett talked about before. He said, being in this spot, Mets Braves for your first game, who could ask for more? Fouls him off the fist, and that hurt him. He's got that thumb that was cut. And every once in a while, it seems like it's a problem. I don't know if it's not one or his wrist. Yeah.
Oh, we don't need another trooper going down here.
That clearly stunned him. He dropped the bat immediately. Rolled in. Showalter looking on. But for the moment, no.
He's stepping out again.
Alone.
Let's see what happened here. He got tied up inside here.
Wearing a sheath on his right thumb to protect it after that cut that he suffered last Friday.
Oh, God, another injury! It never fucking ends!
It always looks like heavier on television than it does in real life. 1-1 to McNeil, and smartly, Rizzi comes up and in. That's what you want to do when you got battling a hand problem.
Got his right wrist bothering him, and it'll be very interesting to see if he goes out for defense after this inning.
1-2 coming. And he throws an off-speed pitch, and McNeil rolls it, and Rizzi lost control, and McNeil falls into first base. Oh, wow. Rizzi had the ball. All he had to do was tag McNeil, and it flipped out of his glove, and Jeff winds up safely at first.
And they're playing a funeral dirge. He could have tagged him. He had no intention of tagging him.
Why? He was right there. Oh. Was he trying to flip it? Yeah, he was.
This is a bad play.
Oh, how silly. I thought he had lost it, but yeah, you're right. He was trying to flip it.
Yeah,
but all he had to do was pick it up and tag him. Okay, well, big things not going swimmingly for Mr. Odorizzi. And shouting should have been over. So now a 2-out base runner for Canada, who doubled the right center his first time up. And why would you throw him an off-speed pitch after you just busted him inside? He's obviously got a hurt hand.
Harry, you watch enough baseball, you think you've seen it all. Guess what?
You have it, what, Keith? You have it. McNeil started to run, and Odorizzi stepped off, and so this trip around the base is getting even more interesting.
Oh, he had him. Oh, my goodness.
I tell you what, Odorizzi, who generally is not easy to run on, he's only given up 2 stolen bases this year. Jeff come very close to the bag as Odorizzi missed upstairs to Canada. Odorizzi may be getting a little unnerved.
You are correct here. It is sprinkling.
As a kid, he showed the red rain. Rain has a huge impact on our lives. Even if we don't get
You watch the game get stopped and scrubbed, and everything is cursed.
So this inning is spiraling downward for Odorizzi.
He might rule this a pass ball, but I think it's a wild pitch, but I think it's a pass ball.
Got to be a pass ball. Catcher Contreras unable to reel it in. They both scored a pass ball. And now it's a 3-0 count to Canada. So after Odorizzi failed to make the play on McNeil's ball, was found able to score a base hit.
Did he call that a hit?
Still 3 straight out of the strike zone to Canada. And that catches the corner. No, it's outside ball 4. So the Mets have 2 men on. And now Baty will get his second at bat. So
Where did you send it, Jay Daniel? Send the proposal for Franks. Send that to my email, njtank99@gmail.com. I'll be having better time to read it and proposal. I actually think I've been thinking about doing something like that. I just don't know when to do it. I don't know how to do it.
19 and a half. And that, I guess, is for both in the draft world. Well, here we are, less than 3 years later, and he's in the big leagues at age 22, so who cares how old he was when they drafted him? McNeil at second, Canada at first with 2 down. And the changeup taken low, and it's 2-0. Well, the first time up, Odorizzi threw 2 curveballs to Baty, and he hit the second one at the ballpark. This time he started him off with a fastball and then a changeup. By the way, if you're wondering who was the last player to hit home runs, 2 home runs in their debut, it was Trevor Story in 2016 with the Rockies.
He may get 4 more cracks at it the way this game's going.
He's got an advantageous characteristic. It's been such a slog for Odorizzi these first 3 innings. 2-0 to Baty. And he takes that ball inside edge 2-1. Born in Round Rock, Texas. Went to high school in Austin and Lake Travis High School.
Stands off the plate.
It's 2-2.
I just love the way the dad's all serious and the mom's got the big smile on her face. So,
No, they're already playing the cops funny tonight. 2 out, 2 on, 2-2 to Baty. Hey, Flair's want to shoot a big hop for Swanson. He'll do it first with it. And Baty retired for the first time in his career. Gentlemen, the third in Atlanta, 4 out of the Mets.
into a tensor chip, so your camera can see in the dark with night sight. Fix your photos with Magic Eraser. Photograph all skin tones accurately with Phantom. And last up to 72 hours with Screen Accuracy Mode. It's all in the one phone. Google Pixel 6a. Switch it up and get the all-new Google Pixel 6a.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis persists, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once daily pill.
When you see got unpredictable, I got that.
When you see how be bad, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when you see got jumper hand, Rinvoq help physically repair cold and lining.
Check. Lasting steroid-free remission.
The buns at Yoko's. People told me that Yoko's is one of the best hot dog places in Pennsylvania. So go to Yoko's, and the buns were so awful. I don't know if it was just a bad bun day, but that's the day I went, and I went on. I can tell you exactly what day it was. The first day of that big epic road trip with Doug's. The buns were terrible, and the buns just basically seeing how bad the buns were really just affected how I felt about the whole place. Hopefully I'll do a Tanks Cook in the next few weeks.
Knee-high outside corner fastball that Scherzer throws to right-hand hitters on the knees. Aggressive leading off of the home third inning.
Come on.
21-year-old rookies in the lineup for the Braves. This is off to a great start in his brief big league career. This is his 8th game. He's hitting 400. That's ball foul tipped in 22. Person like Michael Harris was called up from Double-A, and now the Mets calling up Baty after only a week in Triple-A. It's a good trend. And Scherzer throws a slider in the dirt, and Grissom held the swinging time. And Leibnitzberg called up first 2-2. Robbie Grossman, the number 9 hitter on deck, and then one will do again. Grissom flares one out to right.
God damn, they can't get this motherfucker out!
Marte right before the pitch moved in about 15 feet and left in the right field. So I got to get to that ball, but it landed just to his side. Not enough air time. It was really kind of a fluke here. Inside out swing.
Oh, I hate this fucking Braves team!
Brilliant game he threw against the Braves.
And every time he gets on, he scores.
He's thrown 2 great games against the Braves. Here, his second start off the inning. Just 1 run and 3 hits in 7 innings. And the 1 run he gave up was a home run. You remember who got the home run in that game? July. I had find it here. It's kind of real and steadier. Swing to Grossman 1-1. Riley hit the home run, and then it started to come down again with the half delay. If it continues like this.
The game's gonna get washed out!
It's a huge decision for the umpires because they know the import with Scherzer on the mound. We have that great delay, and you know what happened with Carrasco coming back, and the second base umpire Todd Tiffany, so it's covered the field. So at 8:12 p.m., we have the great delay. We had a great delay at 8:15 on Monday. Look it up, like clockwork. It just seems like everything's gone the Mets' way, and the Dogs are.
They're gonna lose this game. The game's gonna get wiped out, and they're gonna get wiped out. There goes Baty's homer. There goes everything good. Yeah! Well, there goes the stream.